I'm Scott with Project Home. We're here at Christ the Cornerstone Methodist Church in Elsmere, Delaware. I'm here to give you the virtual tour, so come on. First, we're going to start off downstairs in Wesley Hall. We're going to be hosting a CPR training course coming up. From time to time, we have Narcan training courses. We have local food kitchens listed here. We have a new Al-Anon meeting coming. So this is one of the meeting boards that we post on every month, and hopefully we'll have more training courses coming. We try to reach out to the community as much as possible to get people aware of drug problems, of health problems, how to help out, what to do in case of an emergency, any situation. Hall. Here we do weddings, we do anniversaries, we do quinceañeras, we do pretty much anything that you want to do here. We have a full stage, full PA system. We got 2 TVs on the back wall hanging. It's actually really nice in here. We got a full-blown catering style kitchen. Full layout, got 10-burner stove. Let me show you the stage, even though it's a little bit of a mess at the moment. Here you have the stage, the drum kit that you can see on the Luz Vega channel. I went through, took a couple old drum kits, took the shells off, sanded them down, turned it into one kit. It's actually 3 different drum kits all put together. And once I got it finished, I donated it to the church for the church to have a house drum kit. Around here you can see some of the gear that I've brought in. Monitor board, effects rack, amp racks, a bunch of monitors. I used to be a sound engineer, so I had all of this stuff in storage, so figured why not donate it to the church. Might as well get used. This is the stage looking out. We host a lot of NA and AA meetings here. Friday nights are usually packed completely full. We even end up with some people sitting on the stage. But we have meetings here every night. This place is never completely empty. We have 2 other churches that rent space from us. You have the trustees room, which is basically a big workshop and janitor's closet. Then you have this, which is Project Home. It's a bit of a work in progress. This is where we have our pantry. It's always a bit of a mess, but it's getting together. This is our sorting tables, what's going to end up being a little fitting and dressing area. I mean, homeless people have events they have to go to, just like anyone else. They have weddings, they have funerals, they have church, they have court, they have job interviews. So instead of just everyday clothes, we're also putting together a couple closets worth of dress clothes. They can go to functions, they can do things again, not feel like they're wearing the same clothes they do every day on the street. Hopefully we can get some local barbers to help give out some shaves and some haircuts. Project Home is a work in progress, but let me show you the rest of the place. We have the NA rooms. Any meetings that don't fit here, we hold into the main hall. You also have Seventh Day, which is a Hispanic church that rents out this whole side of the church, and they have a couple rooms on this side, including their pantry. On Tuesdays between 8 and 10:30, their pantry's open. We get in probably 2 to 3 pallets a week from the food bank, just for their pantry alone. Lounge, which gets rented out for all kinds of events. We have Word Ministries that takes up that side. 2 rooms. It's an awesome church. Pastor Willie and his wife Brenda, we love them to death. They're just great people. On this side we have a kids room, and just past it is a nursery. Here's the other side of the Asbury Lounge. We even have small churches that will from time to time rent out this space. and hold services right here. It even has an antique little kitchenette. The entire thing is all metal, all the cabinets, a whole one piece built in. Here's one of the pictures of this church back from the 60s. This here is the original Brackex Church, which is the Christ Church from 1913. The Baptist Church, which is the church that became Brackex, is drawn here circa 1780. Here we have the Seekers Lounge. This room gets rented out for smaller events, some small parties. Some meetings get held here. A lot of like Bible readings, Bible study. Right up here we have the library and the nursery. In here we have the library where we store all kinds of books, all the reference material. We even store copies of old sermons here. So we have a continual history going forward, every sermon that takes place. Some of them are up on that wall right over there. Now let's go check out the chapel. Now here we are in the chapel, main chapel. It's a beautiful traditional style vaulted chapel. You have to check out these organs. The lady that plays these, for one, you gotta realize the amount of skill and practice that it takes to play an organ like this. All the keys, not only up top, but all the foot pedals that you have to work. You got attenuating pedals up on top. You got two different sets of interlaced pedals underneath that go all the way across the entire organ that run different lengths and tones and pitches of the sustain and vibration. The windows are the original wavy glass handmade windows. This room has a natural resonance in it that, as a sound engineer, somebody that loves acoustics, it just has its own resonance. It's a beautiful thing. The engineering that it took to make that happen. Now this is how you get up to the second floor, the balcony. Now I love up here in the balcony, not only for the acoustics, but for the view. Now over here, we have the front of house for this PA system. You head back out and go up to the third floor. Now this is the third floor. For the last 30 years this was rented out to the Boy Scouts. Thus the huge Boy Scout logo on the floor. We've recently been using it, Project Home, to sort out a bunch of the donations and to set up tents. Make sure that we got them all put together, all the right parts. Trying to figure out which top pieces go to which tents. We've gotten a lot of donations. The poles aren't always in with the tents. Sometimes we'll get 3 or 4 tents all in a big pile and all of their poles in a big pile. It's up to us to figure out what goes with what. It ends up being a kind of fun puzzle piece, puzzle game. You see we have some of the tents set up in here right now. Finally got this one figured out. Just trying to figure out which canopy fits it best. Just got this one figured out. Now these tents are what's left over from about somewhere between 50 and 60 tents that the Boy Scouts left us when they moved out. So far throughout this winter, we've been able to give out at least 50 of those tents. We have about a dozen left. The ones we have left are more suited for spring. They have large screen openings. We've been trying to get out all the solid wall tents that we could while it's winter, while it's still cold. But we still have about a dozen tents left that we need to still get together. We're going to be giving them out soon. So it's been really good for us to have this space to be able to set up these tents. Like spread out, get the tent set up, figure out which poles go to which, be able to figure out which tents should go to the couples, which tents should go to like a group of friends, which tents are better suited for the single people or the people that travel a lot. Some people want a small tent, some want something bigger, some want to kind of hide in the woods, some kind of want to make a big spread, all different for each person. Sleeping bags, blankets, tarps, ropes, jackets, coats, pants, sweatshirts, t-shirts, We take an assortment, a wide variety of things. I even take in 10 speeds, bikes for the homeless to be able to get around on. We'll take pretty much anything. Pots and pans, hand turning style can openers, spatulas, tongs, all that kind of stuff. For one, you always want to make sure that you're not donating out of date food. One of the biggest problems we've been having with donations is a lot of the food's expired. It's a good thought, just not a good follow through. If you don't want to feed it to your own family, try not to feed it to ours. These people out on the street, they're not just throwaway people. They're family. They're human beings. They need to be healthy just as much as anyone. Right at the moment, you can get a hold of us through Christ the Cornerstone. Our office hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But me and Faye are always here. We live in the parking lot in the Luzabago, so you can't miss us. 6 North Clifton Avenue, Elsmere, Delaware, 19805. Follow us at Luzabago on YouTube, Loseabago, Luzabago. Kind of like Winnebago, but it's a Luzabago.